Behind every powerful leader, there is a story. A story of struggle, ambition, and survival. This is the story of Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, the man who rose from the back alleys of Leningrad to the Kremlin's golden halls. Putin was born on October 7th, 1952, in Leningrad, a city scarred by the horrors of World War II. Today, it is known as St. Petersburg. His early life was far from glamorous. His parents had lived through the 872-day siege of Leningrad, one of the deadliest blockades in history. His mother nearly starved. His father was wounded in battle. These shadows of war shaped the environment young Putin grew up in. A skinny, restless child, Putin often got into fights. He once said, "I was a hooligan, not a pioneer." But this toughness forged resilience. To tame his wild energy, Putin took up martial arts, judo and sambo. Through training, he learned discipline, patience, and the art of control. These qualities became his armor for the battles of life ahead. From an early age, he dreamed of becoming a spy. Fascinated by Soviet films about intelligence officers, he walked into the KGB office as a teenager and asked how to join. They told him, first, get an education. Inspired, he went on to study law at Leningrad State University. Here, he not only learned the law but also built connections that would shape his career. In 1975, fresh out of law school, Putin achieved his childhood dream. He joined the KGB, the Soviet Union's secretive and feared intelligence agency. He was trained in surveillance, espionage, and human psychology. For over a decade, he worked as an intelligence officer, including a posting in East Germany. These years taught him patience, strategy, and the art of reading people. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. Putin witnessed mobs storming the KGB office in Dresden. He called Moscow for orders, but the reply came back, "Moscow is silent." This moment, he later admitted, defined his view of politics. When the center is weak, chaos takes over. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. The empire he had sworn to serve was gone, and so was his job in the KGB. Returning to Leningrad, Putin became an aide to Mayor Anatoly Sobchak, a reformist leader. Known for his loyalty and efficiency, Putin handled foreign affairs and business deals. His low-profile but reliable style soon caught the attention of Moscow's political elite. By the mid-1990s, he climbed steadily through the ranks of the Russian government, handling foreign property management and security. In 1998, he was appointed head of the FSB, the successor to the KGB. Just 1 year later, he became prime minister under Boris Yeltsin. Then, history took a dramatic turn. On December 31st, 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly resigned, handing the presidency to Putin. In that moment, the quiet former spy became the leader of Russia. In March 2000, Putin was officially elected president. The boy from a communal flat was now the man running one of the world's most powerful nations. In the early 2000s, Russia was struggling, its economy in ruins, corruption rampant, and people losing hope. Putin promised order. With oil and gas prices rising, the Russian economy grew quickly. Ordinary citizens saw improvements, and Putin's popularity soared. He became the symbol of Russia's revival, but stability came at a price. Independent media faced restrictions, opposition leaders were sidelined, and critics accused him of suppressing freedoms. His leadership style became clear, centralized, firm, and uncompromising. On the global stage, Putin projected strength. He fought 2 wars in Chechnya, confronted NATO expansion, and reasserted Russian influence. In 2014, he annexed Crimea, drawing condemnation from the West, but support from many Russians, who saw it as reclaiming lost glory. Then, in 2022, Putin launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, calling it a special military operation. The war shocked the world and reshaped global geopolitics. Western nations imposed unprecedented sanctions, while Ukraine, backed by the West, resisted fiercely. The conflict reignited Cold War tensions, isolated Russia economically, and defined Putin's legacy on the world stage. To his supporters, it was a stand against NATO and Western dominance. To his critics, it was an act of aggression that brought suffering and isolation. Beyond politics, Putin cultivated a carefully crafted image, riding horses bare-chested, practicing judo, flying fighter jets. He portrayed himself as strong, fearless, and always in control. To his supporters, he is the man who restored Russian pride. To critics, an authoritarian who silences dissent. But one thing is certain: Vladimir Putin has become one of the most enduring leaders of the 21st century. From the broken streets of Leningrad, to the secret files of the KGB, to the throne of the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin's life is a story of ambition, strategy, and survival. Whether history remembers him as Russia's savior or as a ruler who never let go of power, only time will tell.